Gen Con 2025 is upon us, and we've chosen 10 games that we're excited about checking out this year, here on Legendary Tactics. Gen Con time.
Yes, hard to believe. It feels like we were just there.
That's right. And last year only you and I got to go. This year, I get to bring you along.
Oh boy, looking forward to it.
Yes.
Really looking forward to
For
it.
sure. So some of these games we don't know exactly when they're going to land, but I would guess that a lot of them will land at Gen Con.
At the very least, we'll be seeing advertisements for it. There'll be definitely signage out and probably some maybe previews.
That's right.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely. So the first game on my list, our number 10, is Star Wars: The Battle for Hoth. So now the reason I'm interested in this one is, one, because we used to play Assault on Hoth, which was an old Avalon Hill game.
No, it's an old West End game.
West End game?
Yeah.
And the designer, Richard Borg, is an Avalon Hill designer, correct?
Yeah, he did some work with them and with GMT and so forth as well.
So he's done quite a bit, but he's famous for Memoir 44.
Yeah.
So this game draws on the Memoir 44 system. Also, it uses a command system from Command and Colors. So it's in the third element that I really like is that you'll have leaders. So I don't think in Memoir 44 it leans on the leader.
Yeah, I haven't played the Napoleonics, the Commands and Colors. There may have been leaders in that, so I can't vouch for that.
And I mean, in a Star Wars game, you have to have leaders, you have to have miniatures, and I think it should be a cool game. I always love the Star Wars IP.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So that was my number 10. We better head over to you.
Yeah, so my number 9 is Sail Legacy.
Awesome.
So this is a co-op trick-taking game. And you unlock different missions, different treasures, different equipment to like sort of help your team through the scenarios.
This is from All Play Games?
This is from All Play Games.
So is this game related to the original Sail?
I believe so. So you're going to be taking the tricks just as in the original game, and it kind of evolved from that system. What I really like about this game is that it reminds me a lot of a favorite game of mine called The Crew. Which you recommended to me, actually.
I like The Crew.
Deep sea mission.
Yes.
And it has got a lot of apparent overlap, which I'm really excited to kind of dive into this one, and pun intended, and see what it has to offer.
So we better sail into number 8 here, which is Seven Wonders Dice. I don't know much about this game, other than its thematic connection to the original. Any images that are available, it makes it look like a completely different game. You're using dice to build your, I guess your empire, your civilization, and it's 2 to 7 players, and that is about all I know. But just on the strength of Seven Wonders, I mean, we had Seven Wonders Duel, and I believe there was a Lord of the Rings sort of Seven Wonders-esque game. I do like that idea. We just played Realm of Reckoning from Ivy Studios, which uses that similar mechanism where you take the cards, you pass it around. So I don't know
drafting.
Sort of but you get that information of, ooh, if I take this card, then he's going to take that card, and so I'm not sure if it's going to work that way with dice, where you roll the dice and maybe pass them. So who knows? It's all if you know, let us know.
And that whole Civ builder motif is kind of a neat, fun one to play with, right?
For sure.
Good.
Yeah, and dice are fun to chuck. So
yeah,
that's great. And next up, we've got number 7.
Yeah, number 7 is the Iliad, and this is a Reiner Knizia design, part of the Mythos series by Bitewing Games, and its other game, Icor. I don't know exactly how to say that, but anyway, there was another kind of companion game. I guess there's more games to come, but this one is essentially you're competing for the favor of the gods, and it's a tile laying game, and a very simple idea. Like most Reiner Knizia designs are fairly simple. When you place your tiles, and when you complete either a row or a column, there's sort of prizes at either end, and you choose which one you want and which one to give your opponent. And sometimes there are benefits in points or some other advantage. Sometimes they're negative points. Sometimes so depending on what you're trying to do, and essentially win by controlling one of each type of god, or winning the favor of one of each type of god, or whoever has the most points.
That sounds very much in Reiner's kind of wheelhouse.
Yes.
Yeah,
if you don't control all 5, then you win by points.
And with Christopher Nolan doing The Odyssey, that's coming out soon.
Yes.
Maybe there will be a nice pairing there where you can play the board game, watch the movie, read the book.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So next up for number 6.
That's right. So this is a throwback game, Galaxy Trucker, which we've played a while back.
I've heard that name in a while.
But there's a new expansion, and it's called Galaxy Trucker Do What?
Do what?
Okay.
Yeah, kind of a funny name. And this is why we need to check it out. This is from CGE Games, and so I think the concept, it adds astronauts to the game. There's almost a pick up and deliver mechanism where you're trying to deliver hazardous products or hazardous goods. And the final element is, as you know, Galaxy Trucker is all together. Everybody's, working real time. This has a turn-based option, so you can slow the game down. It can be a little bit more chillax and not quite so time-driven.
Interesting, because I've only honestly, I played the analog version with you years ago, but I've played the digital version off and on over the years, and some of those early mechanics you mentioned were kind of similar to. They remind me of something that may have been in that game. So maybe they're just, incorporating that into the game. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see what they add.
Absolutely. Very good. So we're going now to number 5.
Right,
with
which
Cactus.
is Cascadia Alpine Lakes.
Oh, you love Cascadia.
Yeah, every
love
year
my Cascadia.
you always have
I do love
Cascadia
it.
on the list. But this one's, is this an
was a
expansion?
surprise. This is not an expansion. This is a standalone game. And what they've done is they've revamped how you actually score the environment points, and as well as it's not just a flat on the board, it's actually 3-dimensional. There's more, so you're building up as well. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what kind of fun they're going to have with this game and how they've put a new twist on the game. Because it's a game I really do love. So.
Yeah. And if you own the original Cascadia, do you think you would want to own this one too?
I'm thinking so. So this will be like the next step, right? Or in a different direction, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
So looking forward to Cascadia Alpine Lakes.
Fantastic. Number 4, I'm very excited about, and it's Root Homeland, the expansion. Now, this one looks like it may actually be coming out in 2026. Doesn't matter. At Gen Con, I'm going to the Leader Games booth, and I'm going to be talking to them about this. If Cole is there, if Kyle is there, I'd love to see what this is. Okay, so the Root Homeland expansion has, I believe, 3 new factions. So they are
the Knaves of Deepwood,
the Lilypad Diaspora,
and the Twilight Council.
Now, I don't see much out about this yet, but it looks like they might be skunks, possibly some frogs, and it looks like some sort of like
rabbits,
bunny rabbit kind of things, cute things with these. They're all cute.
Yeah.
And so I love the digital implementation of this game, so can't wait for it to come to that format. But for me, I'll just be trolling around and seeing what's next for Root, because that's one of my top games.
Yeah, all right. So moving on to number 3.
Yes.
This is one of the feel-good games of the year, I think. It's Meltwater. So essentially, it's nuclear winter. The oceans are poisoned, and the rest of humanity is trying to scrape out a living in Antarctica.
Feel-good game.
Yes, exactly. And so you have to try and find resources. You're fighting each other, but you're also trying to stay alive on this, ice tundra. And the radiation is seeping in from the sides, forcing everyone into conflict and so forth. So
this is Capstone Games.
This is Capstone Games, but it's based on an older game by Holland Spiel. I didn't check the exact publication date, but I read a bit about it, and some of the reviews were like 7 years old. So it's been around a while, but this looks like it's a reboot of that game by Capstone, and so it looks like it's a very interesting. I don't know if it's a war game exactly, but it's something war game-ish, so it appeals to me, and I'm looking forward to giving that a go.
That's exciting.
Before we get to our final 2, Flash, if I'm looking to get these games or any other games, board games on my to-get list, can you think of a good place that I might be able to get them?
You got it. The sponsor of this video is Noble Knight Games, and you can trade in your old games. You can get whatever games you want shipped to your house. You can go directly and pick it up. Noble Knight Games, very kind of them to support our channel, and we'd love it if you would support them too.
Okay. On to number 2.
Number 2. This is my number 1 game that I'm looking forward to. Now, you might not have expected this because it looks like a cute, fun little shell collecting game. The game is called Sanibel. And so this is from design. There's about 3-4 good reasons why this is at the top of my list, because there's a lot of good games on my list.
Yeah.
Number 1 is I used to spend some time in Southwest Florida near Fort Myers, and there's a little place there called Sanibel.
Oh.
And when you walk down the Sanibel shores, if you ever took your kids there, they have, I think the shells wash up from the Gulf of Mexico. There's over 400 different types of shells.
Wow.
Stretching as far as you can see.
Wow.
So I love a game with a strong theme.
Okay.
And so Elizabeth Hargrave designed Wingspan, which I loved, designed Fox Experiment, which I really enjoyed. And so at first blush, blush, this doesn't look like a game. So you're walking down the beach, you walk one way, you collect shells, you place them into your bag, which is your...
It's a Tetris style.
Your pool. Yeah, I think you have to
Tetris, it
fit
drops
them
down
in.
somehow.
And and then you return and you pick more shells, and at the end it's whoever picked the most shells. So not typically my type of game, but I've spent some time in Sanibel with my family, loved that experience, and for me to translate that into a board game, I would love to play this game with my mom.
No.
You know, Flash, at first blush, I thought seashells, but then I remembered viticulture.
Yes.
If a game like about wine can win me over,
Or birds.
or birds, maybe seashells can too. So
Absolutely. So that's why I'm so excited to check out Sanibel.
All right.
And we have one last game we'd like to feature.
And this one, I actually have a quote that I have to read you guys, because when I read this quote on this game, I realized this has to be Legendary Tactics #1.
Really? Okay, because you
The game
preempted
is-
all these picks to put this one here.
I did. The game is Lightning Trains.
Okay.
And it's by Direwolf, 1 to 4 players.
Okay.
But the quote that I read was, when Quacks of Quedlinburg meets Trains by the designer of Dune Imperium. I was like, holy moly!
Yeah.
Randall's one of your
I love
great
Quacks.
games. Quacks.
Yes.
Yes.
Dune
I love
Imperium.
Dune Imperium.
NATO. And I was
Excellent.
like,
And you're a trained man.
and then there was that Station Master game
Yes.
that we all love to play.
Yes.
I was like, that is combining 3 great different elements of gaming we all like.
That sounds
I think
interesting.
for the 3 of us, that game might be an absolute home run.
Yeah.
So is this a deck, bag, and pool builder? Is that why it's being compared to Quacks?
Exactly.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And it seems like you're securing routes across North America and then delivering goods back and forth using that deck, pool, bag, draw.
This is the
Okay.
first time hearing about the game, and I already want to play.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I mean, when Quacks was in its description, I was like, oh, well, Flash is already in.
Yeah.
And then Dude came up. Oh, now I got NATO.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fired up.
So let us know what games you're excited about coming out in 2025 and at Gen Con this year. And if you get a chance to check any of them, let us know if they're any good.
So get out there
get gaming.
And be legendary.